this is Marissa. Today I'll be talking about my 30 plus days no grocery shopping challenge. This challenge is actually an unplanned one. However, by mid February 2015, I have stopped grocery shopping, except for when I did shop for my 7-day GM diet. So I would have shopped on the 1st of March, and that food lasted for a week. And so technically this challenge will be completed by say 31st of March, which is on Tuesday, but because I am fasting today and I have plenty of meals to last me until Tuesday, and hence this challenge will be over by then, or it should be over by now if I have to include the days that I've haven't shopped in February. So I'm doing this video just to share to you my experience, because I'm so proud of myself not doing any grocery shopping at all. I find that my buying behavior has changed dramatically, because I essentially started with the no makeup buy, low buy for makeup and then clothes, and I haven't bought any makeup or clothing or anything at all in the last 2 months now, and so it now trickles down to the grocery shopping, and I'm so happy I'm doing all these challenges. I do have a few rules that I've decided, and to just, you know, kind of make this challenge a bit more interesting. So the three rules are so eating and dining out is not included. However, my rule was if I will be buying lunch or breakfast, then I will have to bring you know, I'm only allowed to purchase 1 meal a day. So if I am buying lunch, then I should bring my own breakfast, or vice versa. Friday is the exception, because Friday is sort of my cheat day and I'm allowed to purchase any number of meals during that day. Because the way I do it now is I have Friday as my cheat day, and Saturdays now are becoming my fast days. So that's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is I was allowed to buy essentials, but only, so the caveat is if I can't find a substitute for that product. For example, like if I run out of milk, but then I actually have a powdered milk, then I can't be buying any milk. But it's only for products that are like really essential, say eggs, and I don't think there is a substitute for that. But I actually didn't buy any eggs at all during the challenge. Number 3 is no buying anything at all, except for fresh produce. But then we have fruit box in the office, and there's always plenty of fruit there, and so I didn't find the need to buy separately. And also, if I wanted to have fresh produce, then say if I have lunch, then I'll have lots of salads for lunch, and that way I'll have my fresh, you know, I'll have an intake of fresh produce based on, say, I'm dining out. So I actually didn't buy any fresh you know, that's the third rule, is no buying anything. So in case I needed anything fresh, then I'll just go, and that's what the meal I'll have for that day, if that makes sense. So those were the 3 rules. The result is that I haven't grocery shopped since then. So why this worked for me is actually have plenty, I mean really plenty of food available. The fridge, freezer, the cupboards are full of food. So I'll tell you what I did and what the process I did. Firstly, I cleaned out everything. So I took out every food item first from my fridge, and then I clean it up, and then look through each product, whether do I still want it, or would I be eating it again. And of course took note of all those food that will be expiring soon. And same thing I did for in my freezer. So I took out everything. I threw a lot of, I think I threw a few tubs of ice cream, because I love ice cream. However, it's just, I do think it's really not a good you know, good to have there, because if I'm will not throw them. I will end up eating them. So I had to throw most of that. And then I clean up my cupboards, and that's when I realized I have plenty of teas and a lot of protein shakes. Second step was I took note of the products where, you know, it will expire soon, or products that I will have to start consuming immediately. And I decided to work through a meal or a recipe based on the ingredients that I have. And when I thought of a recipe, I just try and find substitutes. If I couldn't, then it's the easiest way is to say stir fry everything or cook a casserole. It just helped me be very creative as well with my food prepping. But take note that I'm actually allowed to dine out, so that's probably why the challenge was easy, because I knew that I am able to have a proper meal outside anyway. But during the weekends, then that's the time where I tend to be more creative with the ingredients that I had. And what a challenge. It wasn't difficult, but I actually enjoyed doing the challenge, because then I ended up cooking meals that I would have never cooked before. And I think that's the interesting thing, and also finding substitutes. For example, once I ran out of like I said, like once I ran out of milk, then I realized I actually have powdered milk. So if the recipe calls for milk, then that's the one I use. And another thing is, once I ran out of bread from my freezer, then I ended up just making pancakes of whatever flour or that I have left in the cupboard. And actually I find I bought so many gluten-free here, gluten-free there, and I decided I'm just gonna make up a few pancakes. That's the alternative for the bread. And I find that cleaning up the pantry, I noticed there's so many I had so many half opened packets of pasta, or everything is just like half used or not even, you know. Like I had tons of, because I like tomato sauce, I like spaghetti and anything tomato based, and I had like 18 cans of tomatoes. And so there's like really plenty of food around. I also discovered that I had lots of protein shakes or meal replacement. So once I am done with all the, you know, the usual food, I will probably end up using, I would like to at least use some of my protein shakes or meal replacement meals or meal replacement shakes. And so I could go on and continue the challenge, but I think I'd like to I'd like to stop now and sort of replenish a few of the fresh food that I wanted. But that's what I realized, this challenge will really work for people who have a lot of food in the fridge, freezer, and the pantry. You'll probably realize that you can survive, you know, even if with families, you can survive for a week just going through your food supply in your pantry. I've actually thrown a few food as well, because it's already expired, and then some of them I probably would not like to eat anymore. So it helped me a lot. With this challenge, helped me a lot in clearing my kitchen. At the same time, I'm not sure whether it's helping me a lot in terms of, you know, health or good diet. I mean, there's plenty of carbs there, but then I also have plenty of gluten-free items. But then I mix it with normal, food. Like I had white flour, but then I also had lots of quinoas. I had lots of healthy food in there. And so yeah, I'm just sharing to you my 30-day no groceries shopping challenge, because it kind of worked for me, and I'd like to keep going with this challenge if I can. I'll probably do a different way of challenge, but right now I'm still going through and trying to finish up the food that I have at home, because I would like to venture into a more healthier eating habits. And but for me to do that, I should be able to get rid of sort of unhealthy food, or I just find like I had too much carbs in the house, and I should be focusing more on, you know, protein and healthy fats, for instance, like nuts, and really having more fresh produce at home. My next challenge perhaps will be more on using up all my protein shakes, because I do have, I think, 5 tubs of those, and that will last me for a while if I still keep going with this challenge and with keeping the same rules. Because again, you know, it's the fallback of I'm able to have meals outside at least once a day anyway. But then now I am more keen to do this sort of challenges to just to get rid of existing products I have at home, and also to control my purchase. I hope you learn something or get some tips from what I am sharing, but for now it is working for me, and I'll let you know if I find, you know, a tweaking of the rules if I do another challenge in the next month. But for now, I am declaring this challenge as officially over, because I would like to purchase new food now and replenish some of the meals that I've used up. However, I mean, I still have a long way to go. So that's it. I just wanted to share that challenge, and I hope you are all having a fantastic day, and thank you all for watching. Cheers. Bye bye.